Hello traders everywhere, Adam Hewison here, coming to you from the digital studios of MarketClub. It's with your midday update for Friday the 17th of May. Hard to believe it's the 17th of May. Well, the question is, are you planning on buying an electric car? You may have seen the video that we did on Tesla, which is up a tremendous amount, up almost 20% for the week on Tesla Motors. So let's go take a look at gold. Starting with gold, we're going to be looking at this market, and let's just see what's happening. If we close down here, this is the weekly chart we're looking at, by the way. If we close down here, and we're currently trading right here, this is going to be the lowest weekly close we have seen in quite some time. Now we're looking for this market to potentially go to the 1300 level, and I could see that happening given the pressure we're seeing on this market. You can see our trade triangles started negative at 1672, again at 1653, and the last signal was at 1459. So it's almost $100 since the last signal. That's $10,000 on a contract of gold, futures contract. You can see the market, generally speaking, is not looking good. This is a weekly chart, remember that. So let's just clear that screen and go to our next market. Hang on. And the next market we're going to be looking at is Google. Now Google has really been cool. They had a lot of publicity this week with their convention that they had in San Francisco. New highs on Google, over $900 a share. It looks like it wants to continue higher, but look at the trade triangles. They've been really nailing this market. Monthly 642, weekly 814. That's the last signal we had. Just put the weeklies in, boom, you can see right there 814. We're almost $100 profit in that particular stock. So Apple, recent survey of Apple indicating that the trend I should say has Apple lost its innovative factor. 71% of all investors say Apple has lost its innovation. Now let's just show you what the markets are doing and the trend is. So looking at this, we have a minus 75. So we have mixed signals in Apple. I mean, you have to realize Apple was trading, let's be fair, Apple was trading right up here, at $700, which is huge. Okay, the pullback was largely because of a number of problems. Some of their products weren't quite living up to expectations. People weren't upgrading their iPhones to the iPhone 5 and so forth. And also, this is the Steve Jobs is no longer there. Steve is dead, and Tim Cook, the new CEO, is not an innovation person. He's a logistics person. So here's what we're seeing right now. Is we're seeing like Apple's beginning to, it looks like it's just beginning to flatten out. Now this is potentially, remember when our videos we said the market can go up like here, it can go down, and it goes sideways. Now the question is, what's the next move for Apple? Is it going to be back up? We'll have to see what happens. But Apple for the week is actually closing down some about 2.8%, actually 4.15% for the week. This is not a good sign for Apple. So let's go to our next market and check that out. We'll go to crude oil. Crude oil about unchanged for the week. Is actually the smallest change, net change we've seen for the week is 0.57, not very much, but it looks flattening out, weekly and daily up. Only the monthly is eluding us right now, and that could change relatively quickly, particularly if we see this market move over the 98 level and the 100 level. So watch that very carefully next week. Looking at the euro dollar, the US dollar is king. The euro against the dollar is not doing well. In fact, if we close below 128, that'll be a new low close. In fact, the lowest close we've seen for this market is 128.20. We're currently 128.18, so this is a new low close. If it closes down here, I'd like to see it close below 120, but I think we'll see this market under pressure. I think this market has just sort of staggered along, and if you look at the pattern we're seeing here, potentially could be, we've got this sort of look. That's the thing to look at. That's the line in the sand, literally. If it go below there, we're going to see this market go down quite a bit further, probably to the 120 level on the downside. That's what we'll be looking for. The MACD is negative. We see this market going lower. Trend is down. So let's just clear the screen and go to our next market. And the next market is the industrials. The Dow Fourth week in a row, the market's higher. We're up about little over 1%. Trend is your friend, continues. Don't step in front of this train. Don't try to capture the top of this market. It's not worth it. Just go with the flow. Don't fight the fender. Don't fight the tape. Same with the S&P 500. There's a new high for the week. Actually doing very well, up about 1.4%. And also the NASDAQ is the same way. So the trend is clearly up in stocks here and also in Japan. So that's the key thing. Plus our trend indicators, we've been long these markets for some time now, and they're going to continue. Looking at the Japanese yen, a lot of people are piling into Japanese stocks, but the yen continues to almost 103 now, 102.96. You can see we've had a nice run in this market. We picked it up on the monthlies at 80. Now think of that. It's all the way back here. All the way back here. The first big trend change was here, and we've seen this market just continue to move higher. And there's the move up, and you see our last signal was right here on the weekly, and we've had some dailies too, but the last daily was 199.43, which is, I think you'll agree, even at 102. This is a huge move and lots of profits. Very, very happy with this market. So let's just clear the screen and go to our next market, and that's going to be, what else do we have? Oh, the Australian dollar. Yeah, down under. They're getting pummeled. Remember we talked about this market, the Aussie dollar, and how if it closed below 101, which was right here, we actually detailed this out, and we said if it closes below this level here, and that's exactly what it did right here. Okay? And since then the market has dropped. In fact, the Aussie dollar was down 2.8% for the week. That's a huge, huge move in Forex. It really is. And we can see it still going lower. The potential is for this market to get back down to this level here around 96. We're getting a little oversold, but not too much in the MACD. Watch this market very carefully next week. I think that's our last market for the week. Let's just take a quick look at our portfolio and see what we got. No, Lululemon. We talked about that. We just did a special video on Lululemon and how you can trade Lululemon, some of the tools we use to trade this stock and other stocks. So if you haven't watched that video, be sure to watch it this weekend. Hey, I'm Adam Hewison. Have a great weekend. I'll be back next week. We're looking at some exciting markets and finding those winners for you. So have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful.